Yeah, it was my choice. I didn't really talk to anybody about it. I just kind of told my team like I'm gonna just say the truth, and that's it.
He's strong. He has a good left hook. And one time he opened up. I cracked him and he didn't open up at all.
It didn't look like he was training. Ryan didn't train for that fight.
You don't think so? Why?
I don't think so. Ryan didn't train. He didn't train for that fight.
After losing to Romero, Ryan Garcia revealed that he wasn't mentally prepared to fight, but that his team forced him into the ring. "I tried to fight through it, but found myself very off after the year layoff," he said, adding that he had alluded to his early retirement plans. Despite having a clear head, Garcia revealed that the decision to fight wasn't entirely his own. "I'm really disappointed," he added, implying that he entered the ring when he knew deep down he shouldn't have. Garcia talked about his difficulties during his time away from boxing, saying the year was difficult and took a toll on him.
Just found myself very off after the year layoff. That whole year, it was a lot for me mentally, as you guys know. So the fact that I got here and I'm in the position I am, my mind is as clear as it is a victory for me, I would say.
After a full year away from the ring, Garcia was thrust into a high-stakes fight against Romero right away, a move many in the boxing community deemed reckless. Lou Diella expressed shock that Raleigh outboxing Ryan was not a scenario I saw coming after his emotional admission, which painted a picture of a boxer fighting more than just his opponent. "Congratulations to Devin Raleigh and Tio for an iconic night of Boxing 30, Haney wrote on X, expressing his perplexity. In other news, Oscar03, "I'm still really perplexed as to why Ryan hasn't dismissed De La Hoya for putting him in the ring." Raleigh Garcia's own remarks have indicated that he wasn't ready yet. Despite Ryan Garcia's emotional collapse and obvious indications he wasn't prepared, Oscar De La Hoya continues to insist the loss wasn't devastating and demonstrates little accountability. Critics now question his judgment, claiming Ryan was set up to fail. The aftermath has left fans wondering if Garcia will finally leave a team that seems to have betrayed him. "This fight wasn't devastating at all," Oscar said, dismissing criticism, adding, "Ryan knows what he has to do." Fans were outraged by his remarks, and boxing insiders, who believe Garcia was set up for failure after being forced into a risky bout after a year-long layoff. Many expected De La Hoya to take responsibility, but his foolishness in downplaying the result only served to increase criticism of Garcia's bad management.
How devastating?
He'll live to see another day. That's it.
How devastating of a loss is this for Ryan, man?
Not devastating at all. At all.
Why?
Win 12 rounds. He knows he's way better than that. He knows what he has to do. So.
Do you think the Devin Haney fight probably off the table? Do you think that, or
It'll be back. It has to happen.
How do you think Devin looked out there, man?
Gun shy. Literally, he was running. I mean, he was scared to me.
Yeah.
Scared of getting hit.
Bob Arum recently revealed shocking information about Ryan Garcia's comeback to the ring, attacking the fighter's management and promotion for permitting him to take on Raleigh Romero following a one-year break. Arum believed that Garcia's poor performance was largely due to a lack of preparation and that, following a protracted layoff, Garcia ought to have had a tune-up battle before facing someone as tough as Romero. Arum clarified that a wise choice would have been to take a tune-up fight before moving on to a Romero or a Haney, pointing out that many promoters and fighters become distracted by the lure of big-money fights and make decisions that are more financially motivated than strategically sound. The significance of steadily increasing momentum. Arum's comments serve as a reminder of how important it is for boxers to maintain their preparation and for promoters to consider a fighter's health and preparedness. He also attacked the sport for its propensity to push competitors into big contests that could jeopardize their careers. This analysis clarifies the more general problems with boxing matchmaking, where monetary incentives may take precedence over calculated planning, leading to incongruities and unforeseen consequences. Arum went on to emphasize how even elite fighters, like Devin Haney, suffered following protracted layoffs, pointing out that Haney appeared out of sync in his bout with Jose Ramirez following a year off. Additionally, he attacked the matchmaking in Garcia's instance, claiming that it was a bad idea to put him in such a difficult battle right away. Arum stated that bad matchmaking is a huge part of this game, highlighting the significance of wise matchmakers in boxing. His remarks also showed a deeper concern for the management of youthful talent, advising prudence before making such important judgments.
This is a lack of real planning. He should have had a tune-up fight first and then go into a fight with a guy like Romero. But, you know, these fighters and the promoters get turned by the money, and they don't make really good decisions. A good decision would have been to take a tune-up fight, and then, you know, then you move to a Romero or even a Haney or so forth. You don't go right in after a year. You know, look at Haney. Haney looked terrible with Ramirez because he hadn't fought in a year.
Did he seem to be gun shy? Did he seem to be worried about taking another big shot?
Who's that?
David Haney, with the way that he was moving around the ring.
Absolutely. You see that? I mean, you know, I don't know how he scored because it's hard to tell. But, you know, who's going to want to see Haney fight if he fights that way?
You want to see the rematch? After what? Yeah.
What do you think about Teofimo Lopez? His performance?
He did okay. I mean, he did okay. But he knew he was in with Barboza, who can't break an egg. Barboza's fought so many fights for us. I don't think he's had one knockout. You know, so Teofimo could show his whole arsenal.
Ryan Garcia's candor regarding his battles with mental health has illuminated a very intimate path. In an open interview, he disclosed that he had battled anxiety and panic attacks since he was 17. He explained how at one point he became fixated on the notion that he was gravely ill, becoming a true hypochondriac. His focus deteriorated and his fears escalated until Garcia realized he needed help. "I just kept going through that more panic attacks, and I couldn't breathe half the time," he said, not concealing his difficulties. Garcia took a risk. To be open about his mental health, he decided to speak the truth instead of making up an excuse, such as a shoulder injury, saying, "It was my choice." He added that he hadn't discussed this decision with his team in advance, and he stood by it in the face of criticism, stating that being truthful was the first step toward recovery. Emphasizing the value of self-awareness and reaching out for support, he gave advice to talk to the right people, talk to yourself, and understand you're not alone. His courage in sharing his vulnerability has sparked a conversation about mental health in boxing, a sport where such conversations are frequently avoided. Ryan's candor may encourage others to ask for assistance and be more forthcoming about their own difficulties.
It just was a time, obviously, in learning more about.
Do you go to therapy?
Yeah, I was going to therapy, and I took all the steps that I just wanted to get better, so I took every step that you could.
And who advised you to be so open about it? Because I'm sure your team was like, let's just say it's a shoulder injury, let's not talk about mental health, because again, you're the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Was it your choice?
Yeah, it was my choice. I didn't really talk to anybody about it. I just kind of told my team, like, I'm gonna just say the truth, and that's it. And we'll see.
And you still got backlash after that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Of course, because there's people that have like this idea
on social media.
Well, because they really want me to, like, you know, I'm just easy to pick on, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, this kid.
Like he has everything.
Yeah.
What do you mean mental health?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you don't understand. Like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
so crazy.
But
You're
stuff
still a
doesn't
human
equal
being
happiness.
first,
But the thing is, I've struggled with it since I was 17. It wasn't something new. It just got to, like, a place where, and I don't even know how it truly happened, but because I had just won the biggest fight of my life.
Which fight was that?
Was Luke Campbell, right after I knocked him out.
Huge fight.
And I was on top of the world. Like, I mean, my social media numbers were even crazier than it is now, and it's
was there
crazy
big growth from that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. But
was it the pressure? Is that what got to you?
no, I got to, like, I just got so lost. Like, I don't know. I can't really explain it. I just kind of like being in a maze and you don't know where to go. Like, I just couldn't keep my focus on anything, and then I just kept on thinking I was sick. I came to, like, I became like a true hypochondriac to the point where I was like, yo, I got a problem for sure. Like, and then I just kept going through that, and then more panic attacks, and I couldn't breathe half the time.
So how'd you get out of it?
Talk to the right people.
Talk to the right people.
First of all, talk to yourself.
Yeah.
And say this is an issue.
Exactly, being honest with yourself, the truth, and then conversations with people and understanding that other people have went through a similar situation. It kind of eases off that thing. I'm alone in a way. Like,
Yeah.
okay.